Welcome to Tutorial Tuesday, people. Today we're going to be getting our Mod Podge swirl on again using some different techniques. Since the posting of this video, I have had a ton of comments with a ton of ideas about trying different things to get different looks, and you know I gotta deliver on it, right? We're going to be taking food coloring, acrylic paint, actual glass paint, mixing it up with this Mod Podge and creating different looks. And I'm pretty positive I have the right glass this time from Dollar Tree. First things first, I am so excited to share with y'all that I found the double-sided pieces. Okay, so these are the floating frames from Dollar Tree, and if you follow me on my browsing channel, I actually found these in one of the Dollar Tree videos. If you're not following me over there, I share a lot of things going on that I find in stores that I use here. I'll put that channel down in the description box. This does this. So these tip out, in case you've never seen these. There's a little slit right in the top there, okay? And you got two pieces of glass. Now, I will tell you, I had some really amazing comments that were just helpful. Like, people were saying that you could get two Dollar Tree pieces of glass, put them together if you do not have this, or a lot of people use just the back, and we're going to do that on one of these as well. We have 5 different, projects we're going to do today. I will tell you, for all of these, we're going to use the gloss today. Just the gloss. I just want to get different results on there. The last one, I only did 1 coat, so I just want to kind of experiment and give you guys a bunch of options to choose from and pick from with this, DIY. That's what we're here all for, so I'm going to, this is brand new. I literally just went and grabbed this joint at Walmart. I, had to make sure we had enough. So let me open this up real quick. I'll be back. I did open all these up as well while I was opening this up, so I didn't have to do any of that on camera. And just to save on time, I'm also going to let y'all know that I am going to clean all of these with alcohol. I'm going to do it off camera though. I'm not going to do it on camera like I usually do, just to kind of save a little bit of time since we're doing so many projects. Usually I break these tutorials down into one, but since we're kind of doing Mod Podge swirl is the whole idea for the video, just trying different techniques, I'm just going to keep this in one tutorial. Now it's time for my little repetitive spiel. I like to remind everyone that these tutorials are meant to be slowed way down. They are meant to be step by step. They are meant to give you my live informed information that I have at that moment as I'm going through the process. They're not meant to be sped up. And this type of content is not for everyone. Not everyone likes slowed way down content, and that's okay. Those of you that do not like that type of content, I have a ton of other DIY content. Check that out. There's links down in the description box. But for those of you that do, that's who this is for. And I like to offer different types of things on my channel for those that need more detailed information. And that's what these tutorials do, whether I'm sharing my knowledge on something I have experience with, or we're trying something out for the first time. So let's get into these projects. First one, we're going to keep that nice and simple, and we're going to just do this plain, and I'm going to use some stickers. I know, aren't these neat? If y'all got stickers, you know what I mean? Don't skimp on the stickers at Dollar Tree. So we're going to put the stickers in between the 2 pieces of glass, just like we have right here. Okay, so I'm just removing this. Nothing difficult. Oh my gosh. No! Please don't leave a mark on here. I do not feel like having to deal. Okay, alright, good. It didn't. It's like, I'm not trying to have to deal with all that. If you cannot find the double-sided pieces and you can only find one single piece, you can do just like I did on the last one. You can put your sticker on the front and do the swirl on the back. Or we are going to be doing today where we're putting actual fake flowers on the back. I have some smashed in a book right now. Hopefully they're smashed enough to go on here. I have them being, we're going to put them, we're going to put them on the back and swirl them all in. And we're going to let all this stuff dry. So there's going to be, like I said, several different ways for you guys to accomplish your looks. And our first one, we're going to keep short and sweet. We're going to use these beautiful stickers, create a little design, and just the Mod Podge itself, doing 2 layers of the swirl. Also, do not shake your Mod Podge. That's going to create bubbles, and it's going to make this be bubbly on the back. If you don't care if it's bubbly, then shake up your Mod Podge, people. But I do not want this. I recently did a project. I'll pop the picture up here as like a little jar decor piece, very eccentric little thing, and I couldn't get my finger down in the jar, so I had to use a paintbrush. And what I realized is the reason why most people that I've seen doing this, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. The reason I say the coffee is kicking in, okay? My brain is thinking quicker than I can spit the words out. So the reason I realize that most people use their fingers when they're swirling is because the brush is leaving bubbles in the strokes. So I was like, that was interesting. I learned that. So there's a little, that's why we use our fingers. So all I did here was put some gloss, plain. There is a bubble or 2 or 5. Maybe there's 10 in there. Anyhow, we're going to separate our glass because we're just going to use the one that's in the back. Okay, because the front one is just our protective piece. You know what I mean? Just our protective piece. I actually had a wonderful subscriber, Shonda. She has been hanging out with me, oh my gosh, since I was a little baby YouTuber. And she sent me this huge box with all these goodies years ago when I was struggling to find certain things. And I have been waiting to use these for so long. And I cannot wait to get this one here. Is that in the center or what? That looks like it's definitely not in the center. Can we renege on that real quick? Okay. Let's, there we go. Is that more centered? I can't tell. It is hard to tell if stuff's centered. Listen, I'm gonna do my best and you guys just figure it out at home, okay? If it's a little off center, don't get me. So, trying to get these projects in here so y'all got ideas and information at your fingertips, okay? Don't crucify me for crooked pieces. We're gonna just kind of put this around it. All we're doing is flipping that sucker over on the back. We're gonna take our 2 fingers and get some glue in here. My nails are way too long. I need to cut them suckers. All right, how about that? How about that? Oh, I'm gonna get this on the frame, ain't I? I'm gonna regret that. Let's put it on this plate. Start at the top here, and we're just gonna put our 2 fingers together, and we're just gonna swirl as we go, like this, all over the whole thing. And then once that, I'm like, where'd the Mod Podge go? It's under the plate. And then we're just gonna swirl. And once this dries, you don't want it too thick. From what I've read in my little Facebook groups that I've seen people do this on, the thicker it is, the bubblier, and it don't turn out as great. So there's that. This is not my idea, in case I did not say that already. I did say this in the last tutorial. This is not my idea. I've seen, I don't know whose idea it is originally, but it's a great idea. So whoever actually came up with this, it's pretty awesome. I really love how my first piece turned out, so I'm really kind of excited to see how these are coming out here. And I'm just going to keep swirling until we get this all covered. There we go. In some sections, it just don't make sense for me to have my 2 fingers on there, but I got it on here. So here's our first layer. Nice and wet here. I'm going to set this off to the side. Let this dry, and we're gonna start on our next one. For this next one, we're gonna use food coloring with the Mod Podge and this transfer. That's right, people. Listen, y'all had so many questions and so many ideas. I'm like, we're gonna do, one of the questions or ideas was, can you do this with transfers? Well, we're gonna learn today. We are going to learn today. Side note, can we have a conversation? Just a tiny baby one real quick. Listen, Why does this transfer have all the things about flowers? You know, look at this. You are a wildflower. And then we have this. Wash and dry laundry service. Like, what? That doesn't even... It doesn't make any sense for the transfer as a whole. Like, did they not have another floral idea? And they were like, just put a wash and dry on that sucker and just call it a day. Put it out, process it. Okay, anyhow, let's move on. Again, my people, please do not give me crap. It's all centered. All right, we're gonna do, hold on a minute. I'm giving it my best here. I want it to be, you know, obviously centered. Oh, this, yes. All right, let's just start scratching. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's pull this off here. See how well this is. Oh, like butter. Like butter. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Turned out so good. Look at my scratching skills. Loving it. All right, look at that. Oh. None of these are sticking. I gotta redo them. Look at that. There is no editing involved, people. I am just that skilled. Look at that. I'm just kidding. Oh, I think I got a little spit on there. People, y'all know you can do this however you want, but I'm just showing you how I do it, so there's no perpetrating involved. I'm gonna mix our food coloring in, and to do that, instead of getting a bunch of little bowls or containers, I'm just using a plate. I'm just keeping my life simple here because I'm dipping my fingers. I don't know, should I dip my fingers in here? My fingers are going to be different colors for weeks probably if I do that. I'm going to have to think about it. I really don't want to use a paintbrush though. I don't even know how to open this. This is how much... Oh! What is that noise? Oh, good. That was scary. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's dark. Let's just do another one. We'll do 2 drops. Oh, come on. Alright. Oh no! I already got it on me! Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna have to suck this up. You know, this is what I do for a living. So here we go. After having a serious conversation with myself, I've decided I'm just gonna use my fingers and roll on with it. If y'all see anything else with my fingers in the video coming up, y'all know I took one for the team here. Here it is on here, all nice and, you know, finished. I blended as much, and I decided to like just sacrifice a finger per color. For this next one, we're going to stencil. I'm gonna find a little chalk paint here that makes sense. Actually, let's just use white. We're gonna use white because these are the 2 acrylic colors we're gonna blend with our Mod Podge. Take a little chalk paint, and I like using chalk paint instead of acrylic paint when it comes to actually using it on glass. It just holds better. I have had many people fire at me in the comments about the acrylic paint. Acrylic paint will work on glass. But here's the deal, people. Let's be real. I'm not waiting for this to cure. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to wait 2 weeks for this to cure when guess what? I got ballet slipper over here that looks sort of similar if I just add a little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit of color tone to it. And I can use this in like an hour or 2. Versus waiting for this to cure. There's nothing wrong with using acrylic paint on glass. Use it if you want to use it, but I like to let people know that if you're trying to do something quickly, acrylic paint's going to take a hot minute for it to cure. You can wipe that stuff right off after 30 minutes. And that's just me being real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. We're going to take the sponge with our chalk paint and we're just going to tappity tap 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 on here. Hold it down. Okay, hold it down. You can tape it down if you want, but I didn't want to have to try and clean around it. You feel me? Like, because the tape's going to leave marks. My glass is already clean, so I didn't want to have to do that again with the centering. I just decided to do most of that off camera. Now, if there's some bleed through, I'll show y'all how to fix it. It might be minimal. Yeah, a little bit. I just want to share like 2 tips with y'all before we move on, in case you want to do this in the future, not even with the Mod Podge method, but or swirl. I want to let y'all know that if you do have parts that bleed, like this right here, for example, see how that's kind of messed up? As long as your paint's dry, you can take a dotting tool and you can just shape that right on up, and it just smooths out your edges. And you can also go over this with a paintbrush and really kind of touch up any extra if you want it to be perfect. But I'm completely fine with this for our demonstration purpose today. And I just wanted to kind of add that in case you guys want, make sure your paint is dry. And you come in with the dotting tool and you can just really touch up any extra chalk paint that's kind of sitting there, and then brush the crusty bits away, and it just looks, you know, nice and rounded. And if you put a little bit of extra paint on top of here, all that's going to smooth out and look really nice anyhow. Let's mix up our paint colors. And we're going to mix this acrylic paint with it. I'm going to not get too wild with it. We're just going to put a little bit like that. And same thing on the other side here. And let's mix these up and see what happens. I'm going in. We're going to do the 2-finger method again. Oh, in case, did I show y'all? I don't even remember. Like, that's what my fingers look like after the food coloring. There it is. It's completely covered compared to the rest of them. So, and I picked light colors on purpose, pastels, because I want this to, you know, be translucent like the other ones for the most part. So let's let this dry. Up next is going to be our actual glass paints. And we're going to use one of these. I love these. So these are, and in case you're not familiar, little glass, they're literally glass stickers from Dollar Tree. So we're just going to put that sucker right in the middle. Since we mixed colors with the other ones, you know, different colors, we did a 2-color, we did a 3-color, and this one we're just going to do a single color. And let's pick one. And in case anyone asks, I need to update my Amazon store. I do have this glass paint in there, but I checked because I had somebody ask, and it's sold out, the one that I actually have here. But they have another brand that I've used before that's very similar. It gives you the same results. Alright, and here's this one. So we're going to let this one dry up a little bit, and we're going to do our last one. I've had these florals in this book flattening out, and they're still not as flat as I like. So we're going to iron these suckers real quick. And you guys can do this however you want. I just want to make sure that these are nice and flat against our glass, so as they're drying, I'm not worried about pieces, you know, popping up. So just getting this nice and flat with the iron is going to give us that result. Make sure you let the florals dry if you iron them out. We're just going to take more of our gloss, and we're going to put this all over the glass and then press our florals down into it. Here we go. And I'm going to do this a little bit thicker because I'm just honestly not sure. I'm really not. Like, these, I don't know what it takes to, I don't know what it takes to get fake florals to, stick to anything. I haven't experienced that. So we're going to learn today. We're going to learn today. So let's just, I don't like that one. I don't like how that one turned out. That one's kind of got some... I really don't want it this thick. I'm nervous it's going to not be okay being this thick. I really want to keep it thin because that's the consistency And I've heard a lot of complaints and comments where if they use too much, it gets bubbly and everything. So just want to, here we go. Here it is. So we're gonna let this dry. Our first piece is completely dry, and here is the first layer. Look at that. That looks awesome. So there's the first layer. Let's get the second layer on here. This is really the best. See how this has a screen here? This is like one of the only windows in the house that don't have a screen behind it. So I was trying to get a good view so you guys could see without like having that distort it. And I tell you what, there's a couple spots that are a little chunky, but for the most part, adding that second layer, this is beautiful. What do you guys think of how that turned out using 2 layers? I absolutely love how this turned out. That looks amazing. Here's our food coloring, and this, people, I'm speechless. Look at that. It's beautiful. This turned out so good. This is definitely one that I would use if you're putting stuff in the window. Definitely the food coloring with the Mod Podge. Look at the print or the transfer. The transfer turned out so good. That was such a good idea. Y'all had really good ideas in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy some of these results. I love that. Here's the acrylic paint one, and I really do love this. I love the stencil. I love the way the result looks, but it doesn't look as good in the window as it does on the wall. Check this out. Look how beautiful that is actually up against the wall. And this is just it's a light gray, the color that are on my walls. It looks so beautiful. I love the acrylic paint like this. Here's our glass paint. This one's okay. I don't mind. I mean, it's very translucent. The glass paint itself is translucent, so I wasn't expecting for like a huge color. I don't care for the glass stickers on here. I think that's throwing me off. But the glass stickers, you know, maybe if it was just the plain without a color, I think would look beautiful. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like this one. Here is the last one. I really like, I know that we say less is more a lot of times, but I actually like how thick the Mod Podge turned out, and it's not too bubbly. There is some bubbling like right there. It's like a pretty big cluster. And this isn't in the frame because it couldn't fit. So I didn't want to rip the back off. So I just wanted to show you guys. If you're going to do this, definitely get a regular frame from Dollar Tree. Do not use the floating frames. But what do you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Now, I'm not sure how much else we could have covered that wasn't in this video. I am sure y'all are going to let me know down in the comments below, and I can't wait to read them as always. I hope y'all got some information, and this helped answer some questions that everyone had in the last video. If you have not seen that, I'll link that down in the description box for you. If you enjoyed the tutorial, and until next time, bye.